Good evening. So before we start the Lamrim class, so everybody try to have some space for Lamrim in your mind. For example, when you need to put something in your handbag, the handbag must have a empty space to able to put something, right? Same, everybody, just came back from your workplace or came back from some activity. Therefore, everybody mind is still very busy. Physically, you are in the class, but mentally you are somewhere. Therefore, try to have a space in your mind for the Lamrim, for the Dharma. Therefore, everybody do the proper, the breathing meditation. That means breathe in and out from one nostril 3 times. Then you block one nostril and 3 times in and out. Then both sides 3 times in and out. Then breathe in from one side, breathe out other side, and breathe in other side, and breathe out, another side. Totally 12 times. So if you do the proper breathing meditation with the mindfulness, then your mind becomes very calm. And then there's a opportunity to digest the Lamrim. Okay, please start. Okay, thank you. So make sure each time when you attend the Dharma class, any Dharma classes, make sure you got something, from the class. First, you try to have, the correct understanding. When you have the right understanding, then the understanding, the knowledge you bring with you and you use, every day. Then within 1 year, you can have the good progress in a knowledge level, also in your practice level. So today we mainly discuss about how to practice the 3 paths. So from Lamrim beginning to until, how to take the opportunity is mainly for knowledge. First, mainly talk about the importance of the Lamrim teachings. The second, explain how to teach, how to listen. When the teacher teach Dharma or Lamrim, the teacher must be qualified teacher, teach with a proper motivation. Mainly, benefit for the students. Also, when the student listen the teaching, the student must have the 6, the mental state or 6 ideas. Then both what we should do together. Each time, the teaching the teacher teach the Dharma with a pure motivation. The student also listen the teaching with the 6 ideas. Then at the end, each time, the both together do the dedication. So when we do dedication, there's only 2 objectives. One for temporal, second is the ultimate. The ultimate refers to achieving Buddhahood. Then explain the qualification of the teachers, also the qualification of the students. Once the both have, the necessary qualification, then how the guru lead the student into practice. Therefore, first the teacher must introduce, must explain how the human life is a leisure and opportunities, right? So, therefore, every day when you wake up, you must realize, I'm very lucky to born as a human, not just being a human, I am totally free from the 8 condition, which is totally unleisures. That means you have, all the, you are totally free from the 8 conditions, which is totally unleisures. Not only that, also you must realize you have the 10 opportunities. That means you realize you are totally free from all the 8 conditions. Also you have the 10 opportunity. That means you have the proper condition to listen, to practice the Dharma. Then after you realize, yes, I am very lucky, then also you must realize every day the human life is leisure, very opportunities, but not easy to obtain. It is not easy to obtain, but very easy to lose. Therefore, you can see, some of your friends, your relatives, they are so young, much younger than you, and they also has gone. Some are, same as you, study together in one school, live together quite long time, then they also has gone. Also somebody is very healthy, very happy, didn't have any physical problems, mental problems. Somehow, instantly, they also has gone. Therefore, the human life is very fragile, very easy to lose, because we consider, certain things are a very good condition for our life, is good for us, but also those good conditions to cause to take your life. Therefore, human life is, very easy to lose, is because it's a very fragile. It doesn't have, the right, the good condition to, keep the human life forever. Then it's so difficult to achieve because of the causes and condition. So you must realize. Then you must know it is very easy to lose, very difficult to have, but it is great importance, right? Very great importance. Why the human life is very important, great important? Because if we put effort in this lifetime, then you can continuously, go through the human life and leisure and continuously will practice Dharma, then at the end, you will be free from sufferings, you will be a Buddha. If we lose this opportunity, then next life, so we will born as a animal, hungry ghost, hell being. Then there's no hope. There's not any chance to have again this human life. Therefore, this right now we are, we are on the border, right? Border. You're going up or going down. If you're going down, going down forever. If you're going up, then continuously you're going up. So this is the time to, make a proper boundary. Since today, since this lifetime, I will go continuously, higher rebirth. I will practice continuously. I will achieve Buddhahood. Therefore, it's a very important, very great important. You must realize. Therefore, in order to achieve Buddhahood, in order to continuously have this human life and in life and leisure and opportunity, then number one, we need to practice what? We need to practice Dharma. Why we need to practice Dharma? Because not this is our culture. Because not somebody force you to practice Dharma. Because you want what? You want happiness. You don't want sufferings. Therefore, you need to practice Dharma. You need to practice Dharma willingly, happily, not by force. Because you want happiness. You don't want suffering. Therefore, we need to practice Dharma. Right? Then, when we practice Dharma, next year, after next life, after this life, when? We must practice Dharma now, at this moment. This moment. For example, around you, there's hundreds of enemy who hold the guns. The gun is, filled with the bullets. They are ready to trigger the bullets. You have the armor, right? You have the bullet-proof jacket. So you want to wear right now, or you think I will wear tomorrow? I will wear tomorrow, next time, next year. What do you think? You will wear right now. You need to see the urgency. If you don't wear the bulletproof right now, the enemy trigger the bullet. Then all bullets go in to you. They will kill you. Right? Therefore, if you don't practice Dharma, right, the Dharma is look like the bullet, right, proof jacket, Dharma. And the bullet look like what? All the negative thoughts, all the negative karma, they are ready to harm you. 24 hours, 12 months, ready to harm you. Therefore, you always wear the Dharma bullet jacket in order to protect the bullet of all the negative thoughts, all the negative actions. Right? Therefore, you must wear the bullet jacket right now. If you wear tomorrow, then we are not sure when they trigger the guns, right? When they put the trigger, they can press the trigger any times. Therefore, we should not really, postpone, delay the time for practice of Dharma. We must practice Dharma now because love is uncertainty. all the negative thoughts, karma can arise anytime. So, must. Then, do you have, the condition to practice Dharma? Do you have? Yes, I have all the condition, which is the external and internal condition. What are the external conditions? Look at, we are very lucky who, which is we have, we met, we have the qualified guru. Most of you, receive teaching from His Holiness the 14th Dalai Lama. Actually, we can say, we can really believe, he is a living Buddha. He is a manifestation of Avalokiteshvara, manifest as a simple Tibetan monk, but actually he is a Buddha. So we are very fortunate to receive teaching from him, to receive advice. So we are very lucky. Not only advice, he give us the proper guidance. Therefore, we have the right qualified guru. We have all the teachings are available in different languages. Tibetan language, Chinese language, English. I don't think there's a Lamrim in Hopkins. Do we have? No. Therefore, look at. So we have the external condition. Internally, so we are not psycho, right? We don't have psychology problem. You can read the Lamrim, you can understand. So because you are free from the 8 conditions, we are not mute, we are not animal, we are not hungry ghosts. We didn't born the place where didn't have a dharma. There, look at, everything is there. But being lazy, we don't really, realize we are very fortunate to have all the qualified gurus. It doesn't mean I'm not saying make sure I'm qualified guru. I'm not at all. You can say I'm qualified teacher, not the guru. So, because each of you has your own guru, qualified guru. Then the teachings is available in different language. In the past, yes, even though in order to have Lamrim is not easy. So when I was, study about the Pranjana Paramita, second year, we need books. In the monastery, there wasn't enough book for all the students. Therefore, even though beginning of my study, so we have, the collective topics book. There's only one textbook. This textbook we have to share with all the students. Okay, you have a 2 pages. You have a 2 pages. So we turn the page. We didn't have enough books. Right now, if you want 100 collected topic books, you can have. Even though it's very cheap, right? That means we have, all the proper condition to practice Dharma. Therefore, I want to practice Dharma now. Also, I can, because I have all the inner conditions, also I have all the external conditions. Right? Now the big question, how I practice Dharma? How? You realize, I am sick. There's a doctor. So right now, you need to know how to take the medicine. Therefore, you need a prescription. Therefore, the Lamrim is the prescription, right? Because now we are almost, let's say, ending of the 2019. So very soon, come 2020. So look at the 1 year going to pass very fast. If you do good actions, good study, practice good, is good for you. you have in your mind. If you had done a lot of negative things, if you didn't practice well, if you didn't study well, then it's totally no good for you. Somehow within you. Therefore, next until end of this year, everybody try to reflect how much dharma knowledge you got in 2019 in TBC, in other center, with your audio, with the YouTube, whatever. You just check how much new dharma knowledge you have this year. Also, you check within the dharma knowledges, how many percentage you practice. If you didn't practice any percentage, that means you haven't got the important things. That means you cook a lot of food, you cook fried rice, you cook chicken rice, you cook momo, you cook. You fresh in the refrigerator. You preserve in the refrigerator. You haven't eat, right? That means you have all the knowledge. You have a knowledge about compassion. When you get angry, you don't use it. You just save in your mind. When you are very, have a strong desire, having a lot of things, you know how to content. You have the idea how to practice contentment. You don't practice contentment, your desire becomes so strong. Therefore, due to the strong desire, it keeps you so busy to achieve, so many things. Therefore, you cook so many different kinds of food, you haven't eat, you just put in the refrigerator. It's same thing. Therefore, please, when you need it, when you need the dharma, you must practice. So now when we need dharma, I will ask a question. When do we need dharma? When? Every day. Every hours? Huh? Every moment. Right? Every moment we need a dharma. Why? Because every moment we have a mind. Right? We have a mind. So make sure the negative minds make sure they are not arising. So we need dharma every day, every moment. While you are eating, you need a dharma. Make sure you are really, feel the taste. Make sure you are really feel the aroma, right? The smell, aroma? Is it aroma? Make sure you can see the color. Because this evening I was walking in the State Square Mall. On the right side there's a cake shop, right? The Japanese cake. I was watching the cake. The shape is very different color, different shape. Then I thought, look at human being not just happy with the taste. Also we need a beautiful shape. Shape for tongue or for eyes? Eyes. The eyes must be happy. Oh, shape looks nice. Also, they must have a good taste. That's why they mix so many things. Taste for the tongue, right? Tongue. Therefore, in order to, be happy, we need to know when you eat the food, the color, the shape, and the aroma. But the laksa doesn't have a shape, right? So, therefore, each moment we need dharma. Because we live in society, I keep thinking, few days. So we think I need dharma when I'm in my home alone, then I can practice dharma. In the busy place, I cannot. Right? We think I cannot practice dharma. It's so busy. Actually, we need dharma in the busy place Because when you're in the busy place, there are so many people around you. Somebody react you very badly, then you will get angry. Somebody react very nicely, then you have a attachment. Sometimes, therefore, Dharma need every moment. Every moment. Therefore, we must practice Dharma every day, every moment. Therefore, yes, we need to practice Dharma. Then how we should practice Dharma? How? How, right? How? Therefore, we will start today class how we should practice Dharma. I think page number, book 1. Yeah, 3 types of person, I think. Yeah. So how to develop the certain knowledge of general presentation of the path? The path to develop certain knowledge of the general presentation of the path itself has 2 parts. What are they? Page number 130. How all the scriptures are included within the path of the 3 types of person. Number 2, stages using the training of the 3 types of person. That's mean number 1. All the scriptures taught by a Buddha, all the scriptures, commentary on the Buddha teachings, those are included within the how many paths? Only 3 paths. Clear? All the Buddha teachings mainly explain 3 paths. Right? So can you think about, the teaching taught by Buddha which is not related to the one of the 3 paths? Can you think about? Cannot. Can you think about, the teaching, taught by other masters, Indian master, Chinese master, any masters, any Buddhist master, the teaching, composed, written by other master. Can you think some teaching not, related to the one of the 3 paths? Can you think? Cannot. Because even though someday Buddha's teacher said, you should not kill insect. Right? You should not kill insect. You should not harm anybody. This is the practice of small capacity path. Practice of small being path. Sometimes Master says, practice great compassion. He is explaining practice of the great capacity path. Sometimes Master says, should not have a attachment towards anything. Is the teacher teaching you the part to the middle, part of the middle capacity, middle person. That means all Buddha teachings include the Vajrayana teachings, also include practice of the 3 types of within the path of the 3 types of the person. Right? Clear? Okay. Now, why, Atisha lead student stages using the training of the 3 types of person? Here you must remember when Atisha was first time in Tibet, right? Invited by one of the Tibetan king. So the Tibetan king totally need to give up his life because he was trying to invite the Atisha. So he was caught in the border of Nepal in India. So that I think border there's a king. The king asked, if you give me the gold size of your body, I will release. I will release. Otherwise, I won't release you. Then his nephew come to see him. This Nifu say, uncle, don't worry, uncle is the king. Please don't worry, be relaxed. I will get, gold as your body size. Then I will release you. The teacher said, the king said, the uncle said, no. You should not give the gold to the king. I don't think I have a long life. Please bring all the gold and go to India. Invite Adisha to Tibet. So finally the uncle give his life in prison. He passed away. He totally give up, his life in order to invite Adisha. So first time Adisha reached to Tibet, the nephew, I think Nakso Losawa, Nakso, he didn't request him, Adisha, give an initiation, teach Bodhicitta, teach Vajrayana. No. He requests to the Adisha, please give a teaching, which is, do you remember? Did you read all the biography of Adisha? No, right? Look at, I can see. He said, he requests to the Adisha, please give a teaching which can benefit for all Tibetans, all kinds of Tibetan people, all kinds of age. Therefore, Adisha composed the Lamb of the Pot to enlightenment. That's what the term, the Lamrim, actually started by Adisha. Remember? The lamb to the pot to enlightenment. So when Adisha ready to leave to Tibet, there was a, do you remember, agreement between the Tibetan people who came to invite him and the Nalanda people. There's agreement. It's okay. You can bring him to Tibet. Only I think 3 years. After 3 years, you must bring back him to Nalanda because we need him. There's an agreement. After 3 years, so during the 3 years, Adisha give a teaching about the Lamrim teaching. So when he give a Lamrim teaching, he tried to condense all the Buddha teaching into Lamrim. Then the copy text copy they sent to Nalanda. All the Nalanda master, read the copy. Everybody was very amazed. Everybody said, I think it's better Adisha continuously live in Tibet. Therefore, the first time Adisha, condense all the Buddha teaching into Lamrim, into 3 parts of the 3 types of person. Finally, Adisha, I think he was around 70 plus. So he went to Tibet, so he gave a teaching. Therefore, why students are led in stages using the training of the 3 types of person. Right, now look at, these 2-3 pages are very important. So we go slowly. In the beginning, person who is to become a Buddha, what? Develops the spirit of enlightenment. But remember, in the beginning, a person who is to become a Buddha develops the spirit of enlightenment, which is Bodhicitta. Bodhicitta. That means at the beginning, you need to cultivate Bodhicitta as a foundation, as a motivation. In middle, this person, which person? Which person? Which person? This person? Which person? Yeah. In the beginning, a person who used to be a Buddha, this person in middle, what need to do? Accumulate the collection of merits and sublime wisdom. That means in the middle they need to accumulate 2 kinds of merits. Then what happened at the end? And in the end, this person who accumulated, who accumulates 2 types of merits, actualize the perfect Buddhahood. That means at the beginning, first cultivate bodhicitta. After you cultivate bodhicitta, in between you need to do all the bodhisattva deeds. 6 perfection, then accumulate merits. Then why the person who wish to be Buddha, why the person need to accumulate 2 types of merits? Why? Asking you question, why? I think, Sonam is correct. To remember 2 truths, then 2 practices, then 2 merits, then 2 achievement, which is Dharmakaya and Rupakaya. The Rupakaya is the Buddha body. Through the collections of merit, so we can have the Buddha body. Through the collection of the sublime wisdom, we can have the Dharmakaya. Therefore, bodhicitta is the main aspiration, most motivation. Then in between must do all the practices, mainly 6 perfection, accumulate the 2 merits, at the end actualize the Buddhahood. Right? Therefore, when we read the Lamrim, please make sure you should not read the Lamrim as a story, as a history. When you read history, there's a king, there's a queen, there's a children, there's a player, nothing to do with your daily practice, right? Therefore, at the beginning, person who is to become a Buddha, develop spiritual enlightenment. So we wish to be Buddha. Therefore, we need to develop what? Bodhicitta. What Lamrim says, we must do. In middle, we need to accumulate 2 types of merit. Then we will become Buddha. Clear? Buddha. All these actions are solely for the, no need to read, just listen, okay? All these actions are solely for the welfare of living beings. Cultivation bodhicitta for what? For welfare of living beings. Accumulations, merits only for welfare of living being. Becoming Buddha also welfare of living beings. Right? Only for living being in the Dharma. For example, this day, all the students in the college or school or university, they have been studying because of all the students and university and colleges, they are studying for what? Earning money. When they have a job for what? For earning money. Right? Same thing. I'm not saying, try to earning money is wrong. No. We must need money. Everybody needs money. But in the samsara, everybody focus to earning money. When you have a money, it's useful for you, useful others. Same time, generating bodhicitta, mainly welfare for other, benefit for other, accumulation other, becoming Buddha also, mainly other, okay, look here, solely for welfare of living beings. So, therefore, when all your actions, wish to benefit all sentient beings, then you no need to worry about yourself because you are included within the sentient beings. When you say, I will do this for all Singaporeans, then you no need to worry your children, your friends, because they are also included within the Singaporean, right? Singaporean. Therefore, all the teachings given by Buddha simply accomplish the welfare of living beings. Therefore, at the beginning, Buddha generated bodhicitta. After he became Buddha, then he must give a teaching for benefit for others. For example, somebody wished to be a doctor. When he or she become doctor, first time, what he or she going to do? See the patient, give the medicine. Because since he studied, he was thinking becoming doctor. At the end, he or she became doctor. Then become doctor, open a restaurant, it's nothing related, right? If there's no option, then no choice. If there's no choice, it's okay. Therefore, becoming doctor mainly to see the patient, cure the sickness. Therefore, all the teachings given by Buddha simply accomplish the welfare of living beings, right? This being the case, the welfare of a living being is what you should accomplish as well. This welfare is twofold. So, what does mean, accomplish the welfare of living beings? The welfare of living being is what you should accomplish as well. This welfare is how many folds? Two folds, two types. What are the two types of welfares? Provisional goal of the higher status and final goal of the sudden goodness, right? That means when we talk about benefit for other or welfare of living beings, there are only two concepts. One is the provisional goal, which is human or deity status. So usually the term deity is very difficult to understand. Simple, you can say human and better than the human. Right? Easy, human and much better than the human. Or you can say, celestial beings. What is the final goal? Which is sudden goodness of liberation. Omniscient, right? That means final goal, there's only, liberation or omniscience. When you achieve omniscience, that means you already achieve liberation. If you only achieve liberation, that means you haven't achieved omniscience. Right? That means final goals, liberation or omniscience. Now you need to, link bodhicitta, accumulation merit, become Buddha, mainly for welfare of living beings. The welfare of a living being has two kinds. What are they? Provisional goal and final goal. What are the provisional goal? A high status, human or much better than human. What is the final goal? Liberation or omniscience. Now, between these two, which between omniscience and liberation omniscience, or no, between these two mean provisional goal and final goal, okay? Provisional means temporal goal and final goal. For example, look at, let's say you want to be king, okay? You want to be a king, you want to be a queen. So you wish to be, queen or king. Yeah, you can be. You can be a king, you can be a queen. So in order to be a queen or king, in between, you must have a happy life, right? You must have a happy life. You must eat good food. You must have a healthy life. You must have a happy life before you become a king or queen. Therefore, before we become Buddha, in between, so today until I become Buddha, we must have a happy life. Therefore, we must have the high realms life, which is human and better than the human. Right? Understand? In between. There's a two. Between these two, many of the Buddha's statements or teachings pertain to attainment of the temporal goal of the higher status, right? All of these statements are included in the teaching for person genuine small capacity or the teaching shared with such as a person. So first you must remember the two goals. Between these two, many Buddhas, please make sure between these two, many Buddhas' statement pertain to attainment of the temporary goal of the higher status, right? Higher status means many of the Buddha teaching teach you how to achieve human life, how to achieve the better than the human. All of these statements are the teaching which is explained, which is teach you how to achieve the higher status. This teaching include what? Include in the teaching of person of genuine similar capacity or the teaching shared with such as person. That means, let's say, always engage into 10 virtuous actions, right? Buddha asks, always engage into 10 virtuous actions. This teaching is included into what? Genuine similar capacity path or the path shared with the medium capacity person. Clear? That means this teaching can be only for this person or can be shared. For example, I told you there's a 3-story building. There's a one door, one main gate. The person who stay in the first floor, they have to go through the main gate. Then the person who need to go to second floor, they're also sharing the same first intents, but they have another intents. Right? That means share. The man's gate is sharing with the 3 people who living in the 3 storerooms, right? Sharing. Then the main intent is the person who stay in the first floor, he needs only first intents. He doesn't need the second and third intents. The person who stay in the second intents, he's not second and third, both of them sharing the same main gate, right? Main gate. That means genuine or shared with the such as person. Because of person of special small capacity. Look at now reason. Because of person of special small capacity. Special means the small capacity person can be 2 types. Okay? The small capacity person can be how many types? 2 types. One only thing about this life. I want to be happy this life. Therefore, I want to do every time I want to do only good things because I want to be happy this life. I don't want to do harmful anybody because I want to be happy this life. right? I want to take refuge into Buddha, Dharma, Sangha because I want to happy this life. All his good actions mainly for this life. These people, simple capacity, simple, small capacity person. There's another small capacity person, not only thinking happiness for this life, also thinking about happiness for next life, after next life, in samsara. I want to be happy in samsara all the time. That means the special small capacity do not work very much on the behalf of this lifetime. Right? That means, for example, right now, look at, we are already born as a human. We have I think everybody has a simple house to stay, or you have enough clothes to wear, you have enough money to use in the daily necessary. Actually, we no need to too much worry about this lifetime because we already have enough. Do you have enough money? Do you have enough money? More than enough? No. Enough, right? Just I have enough. If I can have more, why not I can take it? Yes. Look at, that means, therefore we are more concerned about what? Next life. Next life. That means I'm okay because I'm this age, I have a house, I have a room, I have a food, I have a clothes, I'm healthy. Even though somehow, I'm not worried about this life, I'm very worried, very concerned about next life. Not only next life, after next life. Therefore, they only practice in order to have a happy in the samsara. Right? Therefore, look at the special capacity do not work very much on behalf of this lifetime, but that diligently strive for excellent, highest state of the human or divine rebirth. They say excellent, high state of human or divine rebirth. Why use excellent? Why use excellent high states of human? Why excellent high state of divine? Not only high states of human. Because you can see someone born with a lot of physical disability. Or someone born with the, mental problems. But they are born as a human. They are born in the high state of the high state, but they don't have the healthy body and healthy mind. Yes, someone who is very healthy, has a healthy body, healthy mind, but there's no dharma. Right? That means excellent divine birth. In future lifetime, by engaging in the future lifetime, by engaging in the cultivation of their cause. Right? That means a wish to achieve the excellent high state of human or divine rebirth in the future lifetime. How? That means engaging in the, please read, cultivation of their cause, right? Cause. Very, kind of reasonable, right? So, if you wish to achieve the high, excellent state of a human, then you must cultivate their cause. Without cause, you cannot have the excellent life. Now is look at the lamp for the path to enlightenment. Not to be lost, the person. Actually, for me, more, easy, and we can start from if you read from the ending to up is better. By any means for their welfare alone, solely joy for secular existence, who delightfully strive to attain, known to be last those person. Right? That means small capacity person mean delightfully strive to attain what? Solely joy of secular existence. Always want to be joy in the secular existence. Therefore, they need to practice for welfare, their welfare, only for their welfare, for their happiness. That means small capacity. Because the way of thinking is very small, only thinking about samsara. The practice also very small, taking refuge into Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha, and practice the 10 virtues actions. That's what small capacity. There are two kinds of certain goodness. The liberation, that is mere freedom from secular existence, and the sublime state of omniscience. Please remember two certain goodness. What are they? You must remember that this Buddha, the liberation, that is mere, only freedom from secular existence, and sublime state of omniscience. Many of the Buddha's statements pertain to the vehicle of Pratyeka Buddha and Charvaka, right? There are so many Buddha teaching, mainly explain, introduce for the Pratyeka Buddha and Charvaka, right? Charvaka. All of the statements are included in the teaching of the person of actual. Again, before they say genuine. Second here say actual medium capacity, or the teaching shared with the such as person. That means shared with the great capacity person. That means there's a teaching mainly explain how to achieve high state of life. There's so many teaching which introduce how to achieve merely liberation. Therefore, because of person of medium capacity develop what? Develop disenchantment. That means develop renunciation. Disenchantment means non-attachment. Non-attachment with what? All of secular existence, and then make their goal their own liberation. Liberation from where? Existence. What are the practice? They then enter the part of the three trainings, the methods for attaining liberation. Right? That's what are the three trainings? Training of ethical discipline, training of mindfulness, training of wisdom. Wisdom which is realize emptiness. Right? That means that through the three main trainings, the middle capacity can achieve merely liberation. Right? Liberate from secular existence. This is now the sentence here again. Those persons are called medium, who stop, look at, sinful action mean negative action. Then turn their back on the joy of secular existence. They don't have any sense of joy in samsara. Whatever they're looking around, they feel is very suffering. And delightfully strive joy for their own peace. Right? This is what we call medium capacity person path. There's a next sentence, Adisha. Since the Guru, the Buddha said, dependent on the perfection and mantra vehicles, and attain the enlightenment. Here I will write about the meaning of this. That means great capacity path. Guru, the Buddha said, depend on what? Perfection and mantra vehicle. That means perfection path, mantra path. Sutra Mahayana path, Vajra Mahayana path. Therefore, I have said 100 times, all Buddha teaching we can include into two practices: Theravada practice and Mahayana practice. Mahayana, they are true. What are they? Sutra Mahayana, Vajra Mahayana. That means Sutra Mahayana, perfection vehicle. Vajra Mahayana, mantra vehicle are same. Right? Perfections and mantra vehicle. Then when they practice perfection and mantra vehicle, what they can achieve? They can attain enlightenment. So here I will write about the meaning of this. According to this, the methods of attaining omniscience is twofold. Right? There's a two methods. There's a two paths. What are they? Twofold. The Mahayana of perfections and mantra. Okay? Mahayana of perfections, Mahayana of mantra. Now, very careful. These two are included in the teaching of person of great capacity. Right? The mantra vehicle, the perfection vehicle are included into teaching of person of great capacity. That means the person who are in great capacity must practice the perfection vehicles or mantra vehicles. Right? Or mean the person who practice perfection vehicle not necessarily practicing Vajra vehicle. Okay? The person who practice Vajra vehicle, they must practice the perfection vehicles. Doesn't matter which vehicle you practice. If you cannot be Buddha. Clear? You cannot be Buddha only through practice of perfection vehicle. At the end, you have to practice the Vajrayana vehicle. Clear? Now, I give you here short, explanation. Short, no explanation. Short news. Short introduction. How many paths? Generally, there are 5 paths. Total, you can say 15 paths. 5 paths of the Pardika Buddhas. 5 paths of the Charvaka Buddha. Charvaka. The 5 paths of the Bodhisattva paths. Totally 15. Now we just, omit the first 10s. Now we talk about 5 paths of the Bodhisattva paths. What are they? Number 1, accumulation. Number 2, preparation. Number 3, seeing. Number 4, hello everybody. Number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, meditation path. Number 5, you have to say path, accumulation path, preparation path. You should not shortcut too much. Then meditation path, then no more learning path, right? Now, first 2 paths we call paths of the ordinary or Suzuki, I think, ordinary being paths. First 2, accumulation path, preparation, Bodhisattva, accumulation paths. Bodhisattva, preparation paths. First 2 paths we call, paths of the ordinary being, non-transcendent being paths. When the practitioner reaches the seeing path, Then reach to the transcendent, seeing path. From seeing paths, listen carefully, from the seeing paths, all the way to Buddhahood, there are 10 bhumis. 10 bhumis. So, what are the 10 bhumis? I'm sure you will say first bhumi, second bhumi, third bhumi. I know everybody will say like this.
The first bhumi is joyous.
Yeah. Sadhambo Rabdu Gawa, I think great joyous path. Great illuminous paths. There's a name, okay? 10 bhumis. 10 bhumis. So the Bodhisattva was who only practiced the perfection vehicle. Okay? The Bodhisattva who only practice perfection vehicle, they can go until the 8th bhumi. 8th. Until 8th. After 8th, before 9, they have to enter into Vajrayana vehicle. Vajrayana vehicle. How they enter? Therefore, look at. We receive initiation. First, the Bodhisattva, even though they already reached to the 8th bhumi, they need to receive initiation. Then they need to practice bodhicitta with the emptiness, the 2 stages. Because next, before we become Buddha, we have to prepare. For example, before we fully, give a birth from our mother, first there's a very small, tiny 2 substance together, very tiny. Slowly the 2 substance develop bigger and bigger. Then there's a shape look like fish. That they slowly, after 6-7 months, you can see there's a little big head, small ear, hands and legs. Slowly we develop. Finally, there's a complete human being in the stomach, right? Same thing. The Bodhisattva who already reached to the 8th bhumi, now look like they try to have a baby. Look like, okay, not saying they must have a baby, because when they practice the Vajrayana path, slowly they transform the subtle energy, slowly transform into the Buddha body. Slowly, the subtle wind slowly change into like Buddha body. Finally, when they become, that means sometime when they reach to the 9-10 bhumi, look like the practitioner has a 2 body. One we can see, one we cannot see. When they become Buddha, they are totally, eliminate the gross body, the samsaric body. They rely on the illusory body, the pure illusory body. There's 2 types, impure and pure. They need, when they become Buddha, they have only the pure illusory body. The body come from where? Subtle wind, subtle energy. How? Through practice of 2 stages. Remember, renunciation, bodhicitta, perfect view, and 2 stages. 2 stages. That means here you need to know the point. So when we practice Vajrayana path, the Guru asks you to visualize the deity. Also you yourself visualize deity. Right? That means how I can think my body become like a Yamantaka. Cannot. Therefore, first you realize emptiness. The mind which is realized emptiness, the mind slowly transforms as a Yamantaka. First, you need to visualize, you need to imagine, the mind transform as a Yamantaka. You need to imagine, slowly you can transform, you can have, complete Yamantaka, kind of Yamantaka body in your body. This is called illusory body. There's a pure and impure. First, we need to achieve the impure. Second, impure must become as a pure. Then we become Buddha. Therefore, at the end, we will achieve Buddhahood. So I think this is the last Lamrim class in 2019. So, once again. So there's a few pages. Please, everybody complete few pages, which is I just start. Okay. Everybody must read. Page number. How many pages you can finish? Okay, I think until the chapter number 9, only there's 4 or 5 pages. You read all the sentence carefully and try to understand how I can practice the three capacity paths as a mind practitioner. That means when you go to the third floor, you have to go through first, second, then you reach to the third. So please read very carefully, slowly, try to fully understand. Okay? Okay. Then Sonam said we have a Lamrim class on the study. I don't think we have a Lamrim class on the study because tomorrow I have to go for like kind of long puja somewhere. Then on Sunday I won't cancel the Sunday class because the Sunday class will be the last class. So I will cancel the Saturday class. Why I have to cancel? Because when I chant, then slowly my throat is blocking. I don't know, blocking by what or who. Okay? Therefore, so please let all the other students know we won't have Saturday class, but we will have a Sunday class. Then now it is kind of almost ending of the year. For 1 year, we have been studying Lamrim, Buddhist science and psychology, also other classes. Also, many of you received teaching from Geshe Dorje Rimdullah, also received teaching from the Lucian Farsi, teaching from Kundalini Rinpoche, or this next year we will have a teaching from Kundalini Rinpoche. So we have, accumulated great amounts of merit through our study, through our learning. Also, we have accumulated, great amounts of merit through our practice. So, all the merit which is we have accumulated, first, mainly we dedicate for becoming Buddha, only benefit for all sentient beings. Second, we dedicate the merit to have a better understanding of the Lamrim, better understanding of the Dharma. Also, have a perfect practice of the Dharma, of the Lamrim. And also, all the merit we can dedicate to have a happy and healthy 2020, not 21, okay, 2020. First, be happy in 2020. Then, also we dedicate the merit to benefits, all sentient beings, include your families, your friends, your neighbors. Also, I always said, the TBC mainly depend on donation. So we have a many donor who donate, $1, 50 cents, $10, $100, $1,000, whatever amount they donate. Also, we dedicate the merit to benefit all the people who support this center. And the last, we dedicate the merit to have a long life, healthy life for all the lineage gurus, particularly, the His Holiness the 14th Dalai Lama.